We're in today with the GTX 560 Ti. Theoretically, this is the most legendary video card from the 500 series, aside from the 590. We're gonna jump in today and see a couple of games and see how this 2011 video card is running with 304 shaders, 1 gig of VRAM GDDR5 at 256 bits bus width with 950 megahertz on the core clock with 1145 megahertz on the memory. We're going to pair it up with this i9 10 Gen. We're going to see how this Gigabyte Superclock model is running in a couple of games. Let's jump in and see how the card is running. Let's start with the best Call of Duty. From last time, I think everything was on maximum details aside VSync and screen space ambient occlusion. This is going to be interesting with this video card, I'm not going to lie, because it's going to be on maximum FPS. Got like 91 FPS and I noticed that the core is not even loaded. It was on the ground. The frame time is fantastic with 10, 15, 9. The frame time is on spot. It's like very flawless with this video card. 22 on minimal, 72 on 1%. This is some really nice numbers when it comes to this GTX 560 Ti. You know, it's very flawless. On 1080p, the game is actually running really fast and really awesome. And I'm not gonna lie, this is the best resolution. Now, if you got any core left in this situation, you can actually increase the resolution if you want, like 2K, 4K on in this game. I'm not gonna lie, it's running really nice. Damn. Let's see how Fortnite is running with this 560 Ti, 100% render scale with 1080p and performance modes. Let's see how the GPU is performing in the air. The only thing I'm curious about is that 1 gig of VRAM, because it's kind of creeping out, you know. So I'm interested in the FPS, the minimals and average, and see how it is performing. The frame time, it's very steady even if I'm in the air, so that is always a good sign. Decent FPS I got in the game now with this 560 Ti, hovering around 120 on average. This is a very decent number from this video card. The minimal is not that bad, but it's on point, you know, with 28. I wish I had more, but I'm not gonna complain about this high average that I receive from this video card even today, because it's a good number, you know. 100, 200 FPS depending on the zone and how you're playing it, the resolution, game mode, everything it's in place now. Based on the settings you have, the GPU can actually perform. On the GPU side, I said at the beginning, that this is the overclock version, like a superclock model. It's got, let's swap to the GPU side. Got a 950 megahertz on the core clock, and you know, it's not that bad when it comes to this performance. You can actually see the 78% load on the core is still not full. Is the VRAM full? Yes, nearly full, but not the core. Let's jump into Farlight and see how the game is performing. I think the video card can actually perform really well considering the previous results. Yeah, the game is very fluent, seriously. It's not something that, how should I say, it's dropping. I said, oh my god, the game is super nice. It's running so well. Every single time I'm in this situation with this video card, they are running so nice, you know. Oh yeah, and 30 FPS in the smoke. Does it like? Yep, 35 FPS. Okay, I put it on 720p because it sounds like it wants 720p. So overall, the system is doing much better on 720p. I don't know why is that lag. In some situation, it just drops really horrible, you know. And instead of actually butchering the GPU and say, oh, sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not, doesn't, just stick with the better minimals and that's it. In my situation, I have to change the resolution to 720p because I know 500 series, I noticed it lately, 500 series are making this problem.
Time for some artillery.
Come on. Go, baby, go. One enemy squad remaining. Bravo! JJ, man. Let's jump in GTA 5 and see how this game is running with this video card. 1080p, DirectX 10, FXAA, and normal details. Let's see how we got in advanced. 0.5. I think 0.5 is because of the VRAM. Look at it, 1.1. It's needing it needs 1.1 and it's only one available. So yeah, 0.5. I think it's understandable. Let's jump in, see how the game is running like this with 0.5 on render scale. All right, 100 FPS. I'm not gonna say no to this, but I want to see the garage, how it looks in the garage. Because usually when I go into the garage, every time it's lagging. So I'm not biting, you know. All right, so let's go sell the car and see what we got here. All right, so this is a very interesting performance from this GTX 560 Ti. Not bad, not shabby, you know, hundreds of FPS. I want to see the average, I want to see the minimals, I want to see the 1%, because in this situation, the only thing that is bottlenecking is the VRAM. You know, the GPU is good, the core is good, it's super clock model, but I wish they put just a little more VRAM, you know. 1.5 gig would have been ideal. A 2 gig version, it's hysterical, but the majority of them, they need a better core. I can imagine and dream a GTX 560 Ti super clock like this with 2 gig of VRAM. That would have been a pretty nice video card, but majority of the video card that are with 2 gig of VRAM, they're not super clock, and it's pissing me off. The GPU, it's doing the job on 0.5 render scale. I'm not gonna lie, this is how shall I say, this is a very trippy resolution because it's halted by that render scale, but it's working. It's not that it's not looking good, it's just delivering the FPS, you know. I like 90 FPS, 80 FPS on average, and that's the best thing ever. Now, the only limitation I have here is the VRAM, but on that occasion it's quite good. The temperature on the GPU is fantastic in GTA 5, so I have no problem. You know, even though it's maxed out, seeing a Fermi video card like this, a 550 Ti with 56 degrees, the only thing I can say is that those fins and those fans are doing a very fantastic job. I mean, the whole radiator is huge, you know, for that core. Let's jump in World of Tanks and see how the game is running with medium details, 1080p. I think this is the right resolution for this game. The only problem I have in this situation is that, yeah, the whole thing is maxed out. The core and the VRAM is maxed out on this video card, and again 80 FPS on average. I think if the temperature is not good, I think it would be ideal to lock it on 60 FPS with medium details. It can push medium details, but I can lock it to 60 FPS and I will have decent experience disregarding that. 98% load on both of the GPU core and the VRAM. The system itself doesn't have any problems apparently. 20-30% load on the core on the CPU with 6.9 gig of system RAM. Nice. It's an overkill for this game, you know. I think with the lower end CPU will be the same. Let's take a look and see how the GPU is performing. 0.9 gig of system RAM, 0.9 gig of VRAM. 98% load on the VRAM. This is so cool to see this being used like this. Let's try and see if it's working better with VSync. I think with VSync it will be much better on the core and on the VRAM. Let's see. I think the VRAM it's not 0.8. It's okay. It's not that bad. Considering the year that the video card was released and the game, I think they are a good match because they're still compatible. On medium details after so many years, it still delivers the performance. This is very important. 60 FPS, it's very important because it distresses the core, and in this situation, it allows you to play the game with good frame time. That's the most important thing. Let's jump into Crossout and see how the game is holding with this 560 Ti. I have a 1080p window with everything on low details with legacy enable because I want performance mode from the game. On 1080p with low details, apparently I'm getting the performance I want in the game. 100 FPS on 140 FPS on average, it's not that bad, you know. I think this is the right number that I need in order to activate VSync, just in case I need VSync. You know, if I want VSync, then I know I will lower the core load and the VRAM. But in this case, I just want it to be free so I can see what type of performance I'm getting. You know, in this situation, you will always see the core and the VRAM fully maxed out. That's it. It's working really nice, but I have so low HP here and I'm dying super fast. Disregarding my abysmal creation here in the game, I think no. I can still survive just a little, so I can see my beautiful PC running. Not gonna lie, it's kind of hard to. Oh, damn it! What the f was that? Oh, definitely we need to jump in Counter-Strike and see how it's working. I'm gonna put it on full screen. I want a 720p. This is actually working really nice. Look at this, 150, 60. Let's see the average on the FPS with this video card. I'm guessing it's going to be a high number on 720p, but let's not forget that if I put it on higher resolution, it will literally lag. Got like 26 on minimal and 67 on 1%. Decent numbers when it comes to an old video card like this. I mean, Counter-Strike is not very known to be, how should I say, very demanding, and in this situation I think the video card is kind of good. Okay, I'll take the shotgun. Apparently it's very entertaining. Okay, I'm learning from others. Yeah, let me put it on the GPU because I want to see the VRAM. I want to see how the whole video card is performing. I mean, the video card's core is maxed out. The VRAM is maxed out on 720p, you know. Not bad when it comes to the frame time. Frame time, it's the one that is dictating the minimals in this situation. I think I can, it's not about, I want to say, to increase the performance in the core, you know, because it's unlimited with 1 gig of VRAM. You can overclock the VRAM or something like that. But considering how old the bastard video card is, you know, how old the video card is 100% it will artifact and you will kill it. There's no point on actually doing that. This is a very great video card, and I think it will last a long time if you manage to maintain a video card like this. GTX 560 Ti, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of old video card. If you can manage to put your hands on a video card like this cheap, it's worth it, because in time they will be non-existent. I think they are awesome overall. It's good for an old build. It's good for some light games. It's good for how should I say, office work, YouTube. That 1 gig of VRAM can actually deliver anything that is related to multimedia. The system itself with this video card is kind of good, but it's not very future-proof. It doesn't support new games. It's the DirectX limitation. It's not with the video card, you know. Like I said before, the only thing that you have to look for this video card is your game selection. It's very important. If you can manage to do that and throw games that are enough for this video card to deliver, I think you will have a great experience, because this video card, it's still available and it's still cheap. I like the video card, and the only thing it's left to ask is what do you think about this GTX 560 Ti?